wearing a white golf shirt is not a good idea for streaming if you don't have lights. Look at how flippin' dark I am. Oh, damn it. Um, Let me see. Okay, let me not make this thing unnecessarily long. So, Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. This is an interesting one because if if Alexa Grasso was not just coming off of becoming a champion and coming off of a good Bomboklad Silva for the dub, yeah, I'm with you there. So if Natalia Silva, or rather if Alexa Grasso was still a contender, Twizy Rich said hi, welcome my guy, welcome to the stream. So if, what do you call her, Alexa Grasso was not just coming off of becoming the champion, I would feel significantly more confident in this particular pick. Although I'm still picking, what do you call her, Natalia Silva. I'm still worried about Alexa Grasso's experience, right? So for me personally, I'm not gonna lie. I think Natalia Silva is significantly better than Alexa Grasso. I could be wrong, but I think Natalia Silva is the more technical striker in this particular fight. Unfortunately, I didn't check their reach, but I think Natalia Silva is pretty decently sized for the division. I think Natalia Silva is going to be better defensively, and we're just talking about striking. The only place I might see Alexa Grasso maybe potentially having a bit of success, you know what, it's even hard for me to give her the ground game, but that's where I would give her any shot at actually winning the fight, because if the fight stays on the feet, I don't see her having any type of success, to be honest. I think Natalia Silva is going to be significantly better, and even taking the fight to the ground is going to be extremely challenging to do, because I genuinely feel like, what do you call her? Natalia Silva is going to be able to defend any type of takedown that Alexa Grasso might try. I'm one of the people who feel like Alexa Grasso has never really been that good, to be honest. Tuesday Rich agreed. Yeah, man. I think she's good. And let me not say she's never really been that good, but for me personally, I feel like her striking is a bit sloppy. Even though she put pressure on Valentina Shevchenko, I was a little bit impressed in the first fight, right? She was able to have success against Valentina Shevchenko purely because of determination and aggression, and I felt like she caught Valentina Shevchenko off guard. The next two fights she definitely lost, but I think she deserves a bit of credit for actually surviving that long against Valentina Shevchenko and even making it close enough for her to even be given a robbery. I think that deserves a little bit of respect. The mere fact that she was able to um, survive 25, actually 50 minutes with Valentina Shevchenko. Even if she lost one, actually she lost two and was gifted one of those two losses. I think it deserves a bit of respect. But even then, I still feel like Natalia Silva, if she beats Alexa Grasso the way I think she has to beat her, I can see Natalia Silva actually becoming the champion. In a fight between Valentina Shevchenko and Natalia Silva, I am potentially going to be picking Natalia Silva, to be honest. That's how good I think she is. But I could be wrong. I felt the same way about Erin Blanchfield, and she pissed the bed against Manon Fiorot. And instead of using what she's good at, which is wrestling, she decided she's going to be a striker and fight Fiorot in her speciality, or her field of expertise or whatever the term is. So I felt that way about Erin Blanchfield. I was wrong. I felt that way about what's this lady's name who also just embarrassed herself against Wednesday Lee. So for me, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see because a lot of these people will look exceptional on the come up and they will get into the top five and just look terrible. Another one is Yasmin Lucindo. Like I thought Yasmin Lucindo was going to be significantly better striking wise, and especially with the wrestling against Amanda Lemos, who has a horrible takedown defense. And look at what happened. Maybe the top five, actually not maybe, the top five is the peak of MMA in the UFC, right? So maybe someone can look exceptionally good outside the top five. And to be fair, Natalia Silva just beat I think Jessica Andrade. Even though I picked Jessica Andrade to win against Jasmine Jasudavicius, I still don't feel like Jessica Andrade is particularly that great. So I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen because normally when these ladies get into the top five, it becomes a little bit difficult for them to actually move to the next step. I just mentioned Yasmin Lucindo. I mentioned Erin Blanchfield, who is not like Yasmin Lucindo. Obviously, Erin Blanchfield is more of a contender than Yasmin Lucindo, but the same thing happened. Tatiana Suarez as well. She got into the big fight, and obviously, her and Erin Blanchfield are a little bit different because at the very least they were able to beat top five contenders. But the point that I'm trying to make is that maybe what I'm seeing in Natalia Silva is based off of the fact that she hasn't been fighting that incredible fighters. Maybe that's also a reason, and maybe this is where we're going to see if maybe Alexa Grasso is actually good or I was right about what I felt about her. But as I stand right now, I feel like Natalia Silva is the uncrowned champion, and I think she's also going to beat Valentina Shevchenko. And I say Valentina Shevchenko because I genuinely don't think Manon Fiorot is going to win that fight. I mean, there is a possibility. She's huge. She's a good striker, but that's where it ends, right? And she had a close fight with Rose Namajunas, who had a broken hand and still almost won that particular fight. So when you take into consideration that I think Valentina Shevchenko is better than Rose Namajunas and has wrestling as well, even though she might have slowed down, I think she's going to be significantly better. So I think she's going to lose to Valentina Shevchenko, and eventually I think the only person who's probably going to remove her from that pedestal or from the championship reign is going to be Natalia Silva. So my subscribers and I have picked Natalia Silva. Let me respond to you, Twizy, and then I can go to the next fight. I think Silva only problem might be Manon. She is so massive, probably gonna be stronger than Silva. Potentially, but I think Silva is just so technically good at striking that I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. I can see the fight looking like Rose Namajunas versus Manon Fiorot when Natalia Silva fights Manon Fiorot. But I feel like in that particular fight, the advantage that Manon Fiorot is going to have is the fact that she can wrestle. So in mixing it up, the fight might be close, but I think she might be able to mix it up enough to actually find a way to get the decision in that particular fight. But I actually agree with you on that one. Twizy Rich, Grasso made Shevchenko look like she was 28 again. She's not hungry at all, in my opinion. Yeah, that's actually true, but I would definitely argue that she lost, right? The first fight, I think she caught Valentina Shevchenko off guard. Valentina Shevchenko probably wasn't expecting her to be as aggressive, and she basically made mistakes, especially on the feet, because what do you call her? Grasso was aggressive, and I think she caught Valentina Shevchenko off guard. The second fight was a pure robbery because they literally gave Alexa Grasso a 10-8 for a round that looked similar or exactly the same as I think the third round for Shevchenko. Shevchenko had control, like more or less they mirrored each other, but Shevchenko didn't get the 10-8, and yet Alexa Grasso got the 10-8. So for me personally, I think I count the second fight as a loss for Alexa Grasso. I think because of the location she was given the decision, and obviously the final fight. I mean, she definitely she definitely won that one. Tuzaric, she should be 1 and 2. I agree against the Shevchenko. 100%, I agree, man. That basically concludes my breakdown of this particular fight. I was a bit late. I'm going to go to the next fight, which is Benoit Saint Denis versus what's his name, Ivan Prepolek or something like that. If you want to join me, let's go there. And if you're new to the channel, go to the live section. Go to the live section. You'll see all my predictions, or rather breakdowns. Let's go to the next one. Deuces.